Guys, welcome back to Don Mugabe, this channel where we have honest conversations with people in sports. And today we are here with Mr. Hudson Segamwenge. Yeah.
Yes, Don.
You have very many shoes, very many pairs.
I'm fitting in.
Hey.
I understand.
So which one are we using today?
Well, today I think we shall use team president.
Team president.
Yeah.
The team president of Power Queens. Our question is, what's Power Queens?
Yeah.
We shall get to that. Let me first tell you something about myself.
True.
I don't date girls below that. Sorry, above that. Do you know that?
I don't know that.
I don't know that. I told you guys don't go above that.
Ah, man, who told you? We don't go about that.
Hey.
You leave people's chibozi.
Chibozi should be chibozi. So, Mr. Hudson.
Yes.
Why Power Queens? Why was it formed?
Well, I get a lot of questions in relation to why I actually now venture into women basketball. For those that who know me for a long time, know that I've been in.
Sorry. First tell them about yourself. I am sorry.
Hey, okay. I am Segamwenge Hudson.
Yeah.
I am a lawyer and I am a sports administrator. For a long time, since my high school days, I was in basketball, both as a player and then eventually as a coach, eventually as an administrator. Yeah, I was. The Buckley or the Raise Life that you know now, was me. Yeah, those days. So exactly. Yeah. So that is my background. But as of now, many people don't know where we come from. They just see you and say, "Who's this guy?" Yeah, but we've been around for a long time. So the question of venturing into women basketball has been around for me in my mind for quite some time, because I have dedicated most of my youthful and part of my after 30 years majorly with men's basketball. But I developed the urge to actually venture into women's basketball after I now started engaging with the national youth teams. Yeah. As you can see, or as you know, that I've been following, or I've been at the top of the national youth teams, of course, with the delegation from my fellow EXCOM members. Yeah. So they actually, especially the president, gave me that mandate to actually oversee the two teams and make sure that that is under 18 and under 16, that is both boys and girls, to make sure that whatever happens within that setting goes on well on behalf of EXCOM. And I've done that for quite some time. But along the way, I developed the urge of being a part of the young ladies, the young athletes. And I think when we were in South Africa, that was in 2024, I told myself that when I go back, I have to come up with a team.
And you chose a women's team.
Yes. Now, by then I was still with Res Life, so I thought I would I thought I would start a parallel team, but for the ladies. But eventually, I think in 2025, I left Res Life Management, and that is how I actually fully got the motive to start Power Queens. Yes.
How do you start Power Queens? Do you wake up, Nogamba, you know what? Let me pick, because you have nice players. How do you even choose all those things?
I'll be honest. At the start of 2025, I insisted, and one of my New Year's resolution then was that I have to start a ladies team. But the question was how?
Yeah.
Because by then
And
I
and
had no player. Yes.
and the other thing, because I feel like it's among the same thing. What gap are you covering? What's the question are you answering at that point?
No, if you look at the bigger picture, if you look at women's basketball in Uganda, it is not so much transformed or so much developed like the men's. If you look at the numbers in terms of athletes vis-a-vis the teams that we have, you realize that we have more men's teams than the ladies teams. Actually, that is why at the administrative level, then we only had one division, the NBL. Then eventually we made a resolution to create a division 1 for women to close that gap that was between the men and the. And if you have to look at now the development pathway, you realize that women's basketball right now is on a trajectory. It's going up more than the men's. As of now, a lot of our fans or stakeholders are following more of the Gazelles than the Silverbacks. And it's for a reason, because the way the women's basketball is set up now, it's solid. It's solid. So even at high school level or primary school level, when you go down that side, you realize that a lot of schools or most schools want to venture into more women's sports than the men's. So eventually that formed my motive of actually coming up with a team.
So how do you start out?
Now, I remember in January, I remember I called my friend Julius Rutwama, Coach Julius. Everyone knows Coach Julius. So and
Does he still play?
Yeah, he still plays, but not on. He still is. Last year was part of YMCA, YMCA men. But as of now, as per the records, he has registered with KIU Titans.
He's going to play for KIU.
I don't know, because at the same time is the coach, so I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, because I'm the general secretary of the federation, the records I have show that he has registered with KIU Titans. As a player. So I don't know. I don't know when he made that transfer, but he actually helped me a lot. I called him and I told him what I wanted, and he told me that it was going to be difficult. The reason why I called him is he has been into women's basketball, and as of now is actually part of the Gazelles. So he told me, one, you have to come up with a name, and then you also have to get a venue or a facility where your team is going to be based, and then you start looking for players. And I remember our first practice session, we had 3 players. And he actually conducted the practice session.
Who are those players?
Eventually, unfortunately, they are no longer on the team. But one of them is actually now our interpreter. She's part of the team as an interpreter, but not as a player.
Interpreter?
Yes. She's Congolese. And now that we have some athletes who are Congolese, we had an issue with the language.
No, an
interpreter. You have to make everyone convenient. Everyone that is doing their job, because we have English speaking athletes and then French speaking. Now, when Coach Namilim is conducting a session,
it's in Uganda.
Sometimes it's in Uganda, sometimes. So we need to bridge that gap. So we had to bring in someone to help us with that language barrier.
So you call Julio. You're like, Julio, I need to start a team. It's like, find a name.
Yes.
You're like.
So now I sit down and I'll be honest, I had a very tough time coming up with a name. Very tough time.
I hear you.
But I wanted something that is connected to ladies, at the same time connected to the country. So I kind of thinked Pearl of Uganda. Because I looked at cricket. There's Victoria Pearl. Then I looked at Pearl of Uganda. So I was like, let me scoop this Pearl name, and then I add on the Queen.
Yes. That's a not far-fetched.
It's not far-fetched. I'll be honest. I used to think day and night
Yeah.
what I would call this team, and I wanted a name that would be eye-catching.
Did you have Pearl Queens? It's eye catching.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
Did you like have a board where you wrote down very many names? Then you cancelled that.
I honestly I don't want to talk about other names. I had many, but I don't want to talk about. I have my book, but I don't want to talk about other names because they were not resounding well. So I said that let me drop this. Let me zero. And when I actually called him, he actually told me, "Call me back when you have a name."
Hey, how long did it
Then
take?
we shall. It took me like 2 weeks, like 14 days to come up with a name.
That's a fair time.
Then I called him and told him, you know what, my brother, I have this name. Say,
what did you say? Uh-huh.
I remember I called him at night and he said, that's a good name, but it's late. I'll call you in the morning and we discuss it. So I did not sleep the whole night. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? I have taken a lot of time thinking about this name. Now this guy is not saying anything. Then in the morning, he actually came to my office. We discussed it, and he said, "Yeah, that's a good name."
That's a fine name.
Then he said, "But now you don't have players."
We shall get to that part. We shall get to the part where you actually tell me what criteria you used or you're using to get these players. But now, okay, you're there. Yeah. You've started a team. You've registered that team. True. We shall say you've gotten players. Yeah, you're in Div 1. How do you go about those challenges?
Now, you see, managing. By the way, I need to tell our fans out there that I always see banter in respect of management of some teams, and I need to tell our fans and the whole public that managing a team is not easy peasy. It's not a one-day thing. You need to sit and plan. There are a lot of things that go into managing or having a team like steady and rolling, but our people just see the team on court, 5-12 players and then a coach, but a lot of things go around in the background. I remember when I was starting, because eventually unfortunately I'm the same person who comes up with a roadmap to registration of the whole tournament, all the leagues across. Now, I was the same person who was also running around now trying to beat the deadline for Pearl Queens.
Yeah.
Now, of course I hit a lot of I hit a lot of it was tough. It was tough then, but I had the plan. Because with the help of Coach Julius, he told me, one, after you getting a name, you need to get who is going to run the team in terms of technical stuff. Then you start looking at the players. But I said no. I told him no. I can't get a coach without players. Let me first get players.
Really?
Yes.
Would it be the other way around?
Ordinarily it would. Because even the coach would help you scout around, but I said no. I want to get a coach when I have a roster. At least 10 man or 11 man. And then I give you a roster and then we discuss the roster as a coach. Okay. Then you can tell me, I don't think this one will work, this one will work. Probably you can add in A, B, C, D. That is what I thought. Okay. So we start getting players. I remember our first session was at Logogo. I paid 500,000 shillings to have a 2-hour session for 3 players.
That's how much per player. That's about
my friend Alberta have phoned me and laughed at me.
I would laugh as well.
I remember there was a session with there was a team that was training. I think it was the 3-on-3 national team, and we had borrowed part of their time to start. 3 players came.
1,
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Coach Julius and me.
Did you do some layups at least to fill up?
Yes.
Okay.
Shooting,
pick up those moves?
Something small. So, but what I realized is I looked around. Yeah. I looked in the league, the ladies' league then, and I looked around for the free players. Now, when I got word that our savior was disbanding, I said, bingo, let me first see who is available. You know, our savior then had just, they were champions then.
Yeah.
The previous season. So I remember I first went to my captain, that is Vivian Nyavachi. I called her, I talked to her. Now Vivian led me to another player, to another player, to another player. Now word started going around that there is a team that is being started.
Yeah.
So whoever is free, you know. So we had another session that same week in Lugogo.
Another 500K.
Another one. Because I did not have a venue where to train from.
Yes, there's YMCA.
No. It's not that easy, my brother. It's not that easy. You can't just walk into someone's facility and you say, I'm starting a team. I want, you know. So, and to me, because I did not, you know, Lugogo is accessible to many basketballers.
Yes.
When you tell them that let us meet in Lugogo, it is very easy.
Yeah.
So, before the second session, I started calling different coaches because many coaches and many managers are my friends because of what we do, administration and everything. So I started talking to each and everyone. If you have a free player, if you have, you know, a player who you think can play, you have a player you think you can loan out to me, please send them.
I have a player. We can talk about doing the transfer.
I am still free for business. I am around. So that second session, I had 15 players.
Wow, that's a full roster.
Exactly.
And more.
I had 15 players.
Now the problem is Trace.
It is 3 that I had personally talked to. That is Vivian. Vivian brought a friend, and a friend brought a friend.
Those are the
first 3. Now, I got more. And Julius was impressed. So we ran actually a full session. Now we started looking around who will help us.
Yeah.
Now, after that session, Julius told me, don't call me back if you don't have a coach. Because I am not going to be your coach.
Hey.
Remember then, he was attached to YMCA. YMCA, who is going to be our opponent in the division. And then, KIU.
No.
We are partners in business. And so, eventually, I also realized that Namirim and Coach Lin were available.
Yeah.
So I tried to pitch. I talked to Angela and she actually gave me an appointment. We talked about goals, what exactly I want. You know, she's a principal coach. So we eventually agreed. Now she told me, when is our next session? I had none.
Why? I thought you were paying. You had your
No. I only paid for 2 days in Lugogo. That's $1 million shilling.
Hey, man, I thought you have more money.
My brother, you don't just splash money. So now we started becoming strategic. Because now even the days were becoming nearer to end of registration. So I remember I ran to Zambia at no. There's a facility behind the American embassy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I think it's like in a convent for fathers and sisters for the Catholic Church. There's a court there.
There's also a volleyball thing.
So I went there, entered into an agreement with them to give me the facility. So when now I got a facility,
now you have
I laid out a plan, a practice schedule, you know. Now we started an official tryout. Even with the 15 that had come 15? A week earlier,
you added more.
Exactly. Now many of course many players. Many athletes. Let me tell you, I am one of the teams in that season that registered on the last day because we could not make up.
Did you use your position to manipulate the dates or anything?
No. Because this is a roadmap. This is a roadmap. When we say from 1st to 12 midnight, and now we have an e-system. It closes at midnight, and I'm not the one running it. So there's no way I can say because I'm the vice president of the federation I can do what. Even when they close me out, I have no. Because the rules are very clear. The rules are very clear. So we had to run around, look for who is available. Now some players had issues with their former team. I know you read somewhere that we were fighting with A1 challenge then for players. But in actual sense, the one thing that helped me was that I did my business early. When I singled out a player, I made sure I talked to them, enter into a contract with them, and they sign. If they needed a release from an opponent team, I would go there, talk to the management, and I finished that transfer.
Yeah,
that helped me a lot.
Are there transfer fees?
Of course, there are teams that there are players that are affiliated to teams and they have contracts which have buyout clauses. So you would actually have to buy out some players. Because I remember in that season I paid Nkumba. We agreed with Nkumba, with Bogema University. I got students there, so I had to actually agree to pay functional fees, or you know. So those things are coming into the transfer business. So eventually, that is how we register Power Queens.
Well, that's cool. Those are the challenges of a Div 1 team. Anyway.
True.
Yeah. True. So now you're promoted. Did the challenges change? Oh, they're still.
Of course, they change so a lot. The dynamics change a lot.
I
remember I was hit on X and the social media pages that I disbanded the team. Like 90% of the team was disbanded. But of course, I don't blame our fans or the people who follow us. The NBL is a different monster. Let me tell you something. The team I had, if I was to get that team straight to NBL, we would look worse than we are now.
You didn't score only 29.
Exactly.
You would score 10.
We would be worse. I'm telling you. Not with due respect to my players, I love them so much, but we actually sat down and agreed that look, ladies.
So you don't have any players that are pissed at you, annoyed that after promoting the team we were dropped?
No. Let me tell you, I had at first I had an 18-man roster in the first round. I cut it to 14. It's actually the 14 that delivered the championship. Now I sat with those 14 before we crossed, and I asked each and every one whether they were ready for the challenge. Task. Some told me they are not ready. Others, they got jobs. Others went into marriage, maternity. Others went back home. They were from our neighboring countries. Yeah. So I actually eventually, I think I was left with 5 players.
God did it easy for you.
And the 5 players, in those 5 players, 3 could handle the pressure up. So I had to release the 2. Those I had an honest conversation with, I told them, look, I don't think you'll manage. With our ambitions and goals, when we take you up, you'll either sit or get frustrated. And remember, me, I want you to continue
growing and playing.
So you'd rather get a team where you can still play. But I'm impressed that actually some of them are even in the NBL now. A few are in the NBL now. A few
so after talking to them, they realized
they challenged themselves, and they actually said, because I actually told them, if you want me to help you look around for teams in Division 1 to take you, I would gladly do so, because my phone call is different. But they actually called me back and telling me that they were discussing with teams in the NBL. I was so happy. Yeah, told them that is good. That is good. Some had even gotten scholarships attached to tertiary institutions. Others had gotten other teams, and they are playing.
That's nice.
Yeah, but on my side, my goal was also different. So that means I had to come up with a roster that I think can compete.
So you had to do another 50 thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you were still telling us, are the challenges different?
Yeah, the challenges are different. Div 1 players and NBL players are different. The dynamics are different.
And the management?
Still, because if you look at the roster I have and the roster I had, managing is different. We are talking about senior national team players. We are talking about international players who have played in different leagues.
Yeah.
These players are mature enough. They have experience. The way you manage them, it's different from the high school ladies I had, the year ones, year twos from the university. The dynamics are different. A player now can come and tell you, my brother, I need to go and see my baby. I won't practice today. But I did not have that last time, last season. So, and you need to manage them.
Yeah,
you need to manage everyone's expectation. Even when they are discussing with you their contracts, they tell you. They tell you, brother, me I work. I have an 8 to 5. So if you expect me at 5 at practice, no, we don't have a deal. So you have to adjust and tell coach, please, this player will be coming in at 6 because they have a job. You can't tell them you ditch your job because of basketball.
Does the promotion mean you make more money or you spend more? Is it like a financial gain or a sporting gain?
I think it's not a financial gain. Let me tell you, there's no money in this sport. There's no manager who can sit in the camera and they tell you that they benefit, even if it is city oil.
But we see these big investments.
Like which investments?
The investments.
Exactly.
You literally have national team players.
I think the question would be, why would you, or why are you investing like that? It's for the love of the sport.
You just be there.
No, you see, when you love this sport, actually, I sat with a colleague of mine and he told me that what they call us is, they call us madmen in basketball. Like basketball is a disease. Like when you get that disease, it doesn't go away. You understand? You wake up, you can even fail to do your daily work, but you're thinking about the team.
So how is the club funded?
For now, it's out of my pocket, or with my few partners that are now coming up. I have a few partners that I'm working with, but they prefer to be in the Kamori. But they are coming up. And by the way, what I need people to know that you cannot manage a club of this caliber alone, however much you're rich. You can't.
It's frustrating.
You can't.
And any sports club, you can't manage it.
You can't
alone.
So
unless otherwise. Actually, I know.
That is why whoever finds me, I tell them, I'm an open book. If you have a business idea, if you have an idea, and I'm receiving a lot of them, a lot of partners. I have people right now who call me on a weekly basis and tell me, manager, this week I'm going to contribute this over water, over bananas, over but out of love, not that they are part of management or so, but somehow with the God's will and grace, we manage to.
How hard is it to attract sponsors?
It is very hard, especially with our sport. Our sport doesn't attract too much numbers. So whenever you go to pitch basketball, the first question they ask is, where is the mileage?
Yeah.
Where are the numbers? The only teams out there that people think have numbers are City Oil and Namuongo. If that name doesn't pop out somewhere in that conversation of pitching, then you understand. So, by the way, you need to give credit to the managers who have managed to at least get a sponsor or two for their teams. Of course, leave alone the institution based. It is very, very tough. Yeah. Now, like me, who has just dropped into the deep waters, I can't even step on someone's door. What am I going to say? That we were beaten and we only made 29 points in the first game? No way. So we just have to build this brand. Then probably somehow, somewhere, a company, one or two, will come around and say, oh,
Dr. Mugabe acts nice.
Yeah, most definitely. I will. Of course, with the connections, the people around. I'll be honest. Our first game at Lugogo, we did not look nice.
No.
On court.
Yeah, but you are smart. The players are very smart.
Nice in terms of the basketball we played. Because I'm a basketball player, I know.
Yeah.
And to me, I did not expect a lot from the team.
Yeah.
I actually told them a day earlier at practice that, look, don't expect to bring a lot of flair on Friday. The team you're going to play has played together for 2 years.
Yeah.
They lost the championship. They nearly won the championship last year. They have not disbanded. So it is going to be either you put up a very big fight that I also don't see in you.
You are very honest.
I was very, very honest. You said you talked to my captain, Agatha.
Yeah.
She will tell you the words I told her in that circle in the middle
Before
the game. I told them I don't expect you to win. If you win, because a game is a game, you never know what your opponent is bringing on the table. They might be awful on the day, but as per the odds, we were not there.
So you who is putting in the money? What is the return?
That is what I told you, that we the people who invest, you talk to all those other managers.
You just be there and do that. My return on investment.
You first ask yourself. The first question you asked me was, why did you come up with the team? To get money, to be known, to. But I've told you how I started the team. There was nothing like that. But just because, let me tell you, I started on basketball.
Hey, so you played?
I played basketball on scholarship. Okay? That's my high school.
Yeah, what school?
I was not a very, very good player. Okay? But I managed to be in the team, and I eventually start my senior 6. I went to campus. I passed well. I went to law school because of basketball. Even I tried out with the UCU JV by then, but I was not selected. Yes, but I was not selected. But still, by the time I tried out with JV by then, I had a team already in the same division like JV. Yeah. And I remember I told Mr. Sam Lokaire, you have refused to select me. My team is going to beat you. Yeah, and I beat. No. The records are very clear. I beat them and I went to NBL. I beat them in the semi-finals, and I went to NBL that year, and I was the coach. They nearly refused me to enter school on Monday. So it's passion.
There's no serious.
Yes, but what I realized is, if you brand yourself well, present yourself well out there, one person will be interested. I'm telling you that Friday, I think 3 people reached out to me.
School?
Out of the blue.
Like after the
game, after losing terribly. People
terribly is an understatement.
It was. I don't know what we played that day. I don't even want to talk about that game because my girls will kill me. But the thing is, the way we were presenting ourselves that week up to the game, some people are interested. Some people actually liked what we do.
Yeah,
you understand?
You look organized from the outside.
Exactly. So, and people actually calling me for a seat. So eventually, you never know, by second round, I would have a sponsor or two.
Yeah, maybe
other partners joining me. Yeah.
And then the cost goes down.
Eventually. But for now, everything is on my head.
And are these players on contract?
Yeah, everyone is on contract. That is why I'm telling you, the dynamics in Division 1 are different with NBA, the top flight. Players in the top flight are now, they are elites. They want contracts.
Isn't it a FUBA requirement?
No, our rules are clear. You can have a verbal or a written contract. But now players are getting enlightened with contracts, and so they want written contracts.
Okay. Yeah. So how do they balance? Because you said you have, how do you handle this pressure where you have players who are mothers? Okay, I don't know if you have mothers, but then you have, like, they are adults, they are dating, they are doing jobs, they're in school, How do you handle that? When someone tells you, you know what, I'm not showing up for basketball, I have Valentine's Day.
I think I think it's it comes with your contract obligations. You see, when we are discussing these contracts, these players ask you, what is your team like? What is their training schedule like? How are we going to, what are the plans? Are we going to, where is the practice going to happen from? So in those discussions, they fit in. They tell you, me, I have a an 8 to 5 job. So that means from 5, I'll be available. Then others, me, I have school. Then others are netballers. They have clubs.
They have netball clubs.
Exactly. They are attached to. And they tell you, others are even on the national team, the She Cranes. Yeah. So they tell you that somehow, somewhere in the middle of the season, I'll have to fly out. So you fit in. But all those negotiations come to the table when you actually coming up with a contract. So by the time you come up with a roster, you know how to deal with everybody.
Is it? I don't know if I should ask you this question. Is there a clear pathway for players, the way for choosing players? Do you plan to have such players? Because I'm thinking, what happens if half of your team they've gone to that ball, then the other one is sick, then the other one has a family to look at?
Of course, you have to have
pathway.
Yeah, true. You have to have a plan. Which kind of players you want? Okay, because every player, they can't play all the season games. Some are somewhere, some fall off, and you know we are dealing with the ladies.
Yeah.
Those the managers that have managed ladies basketball can tell you. I was talking to a manager, he's a big friend of mine, and he was telling me last season, nearing playoffs, his best player got pregnant. She had put up good numbers, and then nearing playoffs, she tells him, I am pregnant. So what do you do? Even me, myself, my best player in Division 1, we reached playoffs, semi-finals, the most important game or games of the season, and then she was pregnant. You see now, but you see, with the way you bring up this roster, you can't rely on one. So you have to have a balanced roster. It's not like the men. The men, it's a few things that turn off men and they go off.
It's usually money.
Yeah, either money or opportunities abroad,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah. But they are always there. But for ladies, a gentleman can come at practice and say, I've come for my wife. We are going, and you can't say anything. You understand? Now those are the dynamics you have to look at with ladies basketball.
I should know that.
Yeah, with ladies basketball. You understand? So, but the thing is, you sit down and you say, which kind of roster do I? You have the elites, those that actually look at basketball as a job. Now you have a few students in there. You have a few netballers in there. So you balance. You know that the students, when the students are doing their exams, I'll still have a 10, 12 man roster.
Yeah.
When they come back, if one falls off, pregnancy, maternity, there's someone to cover.
Okay. And now, I need and this is a yes or no question.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you agree or know about the change in the fixtures after your first game?
Did I?
Did you get to know about the fixtures, the change of fixtures after your first game, and did you agree to it?
The
Yes or
change?
no?
I agree to the change. I can say it on public television or on it's on record.
Yeah.
I did not accept to play the first game of this season as the team president. I protested. I remember I even called the president, my boss, and I told him, I am not ready to play. Please, let's give the champions and the runners up an opportunity to play the first game because they deserve it.
So after the first game, they were like,
No, they gave me their reasons. why they wanted my team to play first.
What reason?
Of course, with the pre-season, the signing, the transfer, we were all over because it was a strategy for us. It was a strategy for us, but we did not anticipate that putting us in the that issue as our marketing, our branding, leading us to be on the first game.
Yeah.
Actually, I was surprised. I remember calling the competitions manager. I told him, boss, what is going on? You guys are setting me up. Huh? I'm not ready. The team has not trained for 7-8 days. We can't play. He refused. Say, you're looking good out there.
We are
Good
saying,
luck.
and then you brought your numbers. Now, almost
everyone came to see Pal Queens.
Yeah. People were there. Now, talking of that, the reason I ask, do you think the league is structured to develop women's basket?
Yes. Yes.
Now, first give us an answer as a Pal Queens president, not as the GS of.
Now,
of FUBA.
as a president, I think, you see, this league, the women's league, has challenges. The first biggest challenge is the fan base. That league cannot run alone. It is feeding off the men's league. If you actually track back a few years back, there is a time when we had a fixture adjusted to feature only ladies games on a given day.
That would be on Wednesdays.
No, even if it's a Sunday or a Friday, still the fans refused. Like you have a KCCA versus UCU, a JKL versus Magic Stormers or something on a Friday. 2 games, fans refused to come. Now, that has been the biggest challenge. I remember a few years back, one of the former women's commissioner for basketball in the country brought out a proposal to separate these leagues, to have an independent ladies league. But it still did not pass. Now, the biggest challenge with this league, however much we want to promote it, it is still in the shadows of the men's league.
Yeah, but it's a general thing in all sports and in all countries.
But we are me as a team president. I think even we, the managers of ladies teams, we have to do something better. In terms of branding, in terms of how we put up our teams. Because look, if City Oil can manage to bring Chad Bowie, okay, if Namongo can manage to bring in a good player, that good player will bring up numbers.
People watch the players
and I actually give kudos to Mr. Freedom, the JKL Dolphins, and the whole management, because they tried it. They would bring in a Jenna Sinde somewhere. Now, if someone hears that Jenna Sinde is going to play playoffs, they would definitely have to run to Lugogo to watch.
I was one of those people.
If we keep up that momentum, that kind of
mentality,
yes, that vision, that look, as a team, if I have Axie and Okecho and then Evelyn, then I drop in a Janus in the mix, national team captain, Now, word going out to whoever is outside there, they would definitely want to come and watch the game. Even if we organize these games independently and we have these caliber of players, to me, I think the public will slowly, it will be gradual, and it is hard. It is very hard. But it will be gradual. But we have to be deliberate to make sure that we are driving numbers by the way we constitute ourselves or our teams.
So let's finalize this. Mpola. Yeah. Where do we see Pal Queens in 5 years?
5 years. In 5 years, I'll be honest. Actually, my goal is to go and play Africa Championship.
African Championships
That's my goal.
in 5 years.
Yes.
Tutandika this year. Or
This
this
year,
everything affecting you?
I don't want to be so aggressive because I'll be honest. The NBL is a monster, but I'm telling you, the first game did not define who we are.
We shall not judge.
Yeah, but God willing, we shall have this conversation at the end of the league.
I'll be there. I'll
At
be
the
there.
end of the league, and
I'll be there.
you'll be looking for me.
Trust me, I will.
But my goal is to compete.
Yeah. Are you building a team or an institution in Falcons?
Well, you see, I've traveled around
Mm.
and I've been seeing how those other teams, especially the Arab teams.
Mm.
My goal is to have an institution-based club. You have a senior team, you have a youth team, you have a junior team, you have a facility, you have offices. That is my vision. Like the team to be out there and someone knows they can come and deal with the management of Pearl Queens in terms of many other things, many other opportunities. I want the team to create more opportunities than only the 18-man roster in the NBA. That is what I'm looking at.
Is that what you would term as success to you?
Yeah.
Or winning the NBL is success?
No. Of course, people would say winning the championship is, but to me as the proprietor or the president, I have very different goals. My goal is to see my team out there.
When you're selling out players.
Exactly. If they reach out there in the finals and they win, that is a bonus. But what comes after? Because we have seen teams that win championships and then the next year they can't come up with a roster.
With all due respect.
So we want to continue. Me, I want continuity.
Yeah.
I want to be talked about the next 5-10 years. I don't want to be only talked about this year. So me winning a championship this year will be it will be a bonus. But I'm looking at a lot of things more than the championship.
What keeps you awake every day, every night?
In my normal time or awake? How?
What comes to your head every time you close your eyes in your bed at the end of the day?
Falcons out there. How are we seen out there?
Your last one. Tell us. Look straight in the camera and tell us what is that one thing that the public doesn't know about Falcons that you would want them to?
Actually, the public has really judged us. Unfortunately, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Yes. We brought ourselves to the public court and we are adjudged fairly or unfairly. But I would want to tell you that we are a very different team.
How different?
We are a godly team. First of all, we fear God a lot. And you can see that even the past few days that you've seen my players out there, they conduct themselves very differently. We are a disciplined team. We don't want to fight. We are only for the sport.
We shall go for boxing. Whoever wants to fight, there's boxing.
Yeah, we are only for the. That is why even if banter comes out and everyone who is associated with the team, they know their role. We are not out there to exchange with whoever thinks that we are not, A lot of fans out there have banter, a lot of banter. They call us the under 29 under 30 team. Yeah, but I told everyone who is associated with the team, please respect the public. Stick to your job. Respect. So I don't expect unnecessary tweets out there just because a random fan has called us names.
A random nobody.
Yeah, I'll give you an example.
I emphasize that.
I'll give you, as we are closing, I'll give you an example. Today morning, my wife woke me up and showed me a tweet from one of our fans showing that I was discussing with my coach and I was chasing her.
I saw that.
Exactly. But
they were like, the coach wasn't fighting for that. They were literally fighting for
exactly.
that.
Exactly. Now, that is the fun out there. But if I can sit you down and tell you what we are discussing, you would laugh.
No. Keep it to yourself.
You
Keep it to
understand?
yourself.
That's what I'm telling you. What makes me think every day is how we look, how we feature out there.
Yeah. Otherwise, Mr. President, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sebo.
I
We appreciate also.
That's great. I'm glad that you appreciate.
No, may I appreciate people who push the sport.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. We are going to keep bringing the honest conversations here. Sit down with someone, whatever you want to know, whatever you've had, we are bringing it to you. Subscribe, like, and share it widely. Thank you.